हरिः ओम् नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य व्याकरणशास्त्रप्रवेशकक्षायाः पञ्चमं दिनं भवद्भ्यः सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतम्। इदानीं पुनः सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः लघुपरिचयं वयं प्राप्नुमः अद्य। अस्तु, अत्र वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदी इति मूलग्रन्थः भवति। कार्यकालपक्षे मूलग्रन्थः अयमेव भवति। एतद् ग्रन्थानुसारमेव तत्र लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी भवति। यदि वयं लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः अध्ययनं कुर्मः तदानीं पूर्वं तत्र सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः अपि परिचयः अस्माभिः प्राप्तव्यः भवति। तत्र सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः कर्ता भवति श्री भट्टोजीदीक्षितः। अस्मिन् ग्रन्थे सर्वसूत्रस्य अपि व्याख्या तत्र दृश्यते। सो all 4000 सूत्रम्स have their own व्याख्या in the Siddhanta Kaumudi. So it's a complete grantha of Ashtadhyayi. But only thing is the sutra krama is different based on the prakriya. Based on the prakriya, the sutras are actually the number of sutras. I mean the sequence of sutras are changed to make the prakriya adhyanam easy. That's what they have done. But it's the same set of sutrams of Ashtadhyayi, but the krama is different here. अत्र श्री भट्टोजीदीक्षितः इत्युक्ते सिद्धान्तकौमुदिकारः इत्यपि तस्य अपरं नाम उच्यते। अत्र अयं तु दाक्षिणात्यः, he belongs to the southern part of the country, that's what he said, and it's a 16th century. He belongs to 16th 17th 6th century. That he is a very recent Vaiyakarana. And Lakshmidharah इति तस्य पिता। अनन्तरं कौण्डभट्टः इति भूषणसार कर्ता अस्ति अयं तु अस्य भ्रातृव्यः। एंड भानुजितः इज अमरकोश टीका कर्ता। सो अयं भानुजितः ज्येष्ठपुत्रः अस्ति कौमुदिकारस्य। पुनः हरिदीक्षितः इति शब्दरत्नकारः इति ग्रन्थः वर्तते, तस्य कर्ता अस्ति अयं तु दीक्षितस्य पौत्रः भवति। पुनः अस्य गुरुः अप्पय्य दीक्षितः इति उच्यते। So you will see all we'll be able to get some little precise information about this Vaiyakarana because he is a very recent Vaiyakarana. But so that's about Vaiyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi. सात्र प्रसिद्धा एका कारिका वर्तते। तो इयमेव सा कारिका। कौमुदी यदि कंठस्था वृथा भाष्ये परिश्रमः, कौमुदी यदि कंठस्था वृथा भाष्ये परिश्रमः। So you don't need to put any effort in Bhashya. If you have completely studied the Kaumudi well, you don't need to put any parishrama in Bhashya, because whatever is there in the Bhashya, it's all of them are actually covered in a Sara Rupa in the Kaumudi. So if you study Kaumudi well, you don't need to study Bhashya. That's what this says. And similarly, Kaumudi yadi akantastha vritha Bhashya parishrama. If you have not read Kaumudi, then you don't need to read Bhashya, because if you are not read Kaumudi or if you are not able to understand Kaumudi, then you will not be able to understand Bhashya. Okay, then the Shrama which you put on Bhashya is of waste. So in either case it is waste. You read Kaumudi, then you don't need to read Bhashya because everything is covered in Kaumudi. If you don't read Kaumudi or if you are not able to read Kaumudi, then there is no need of reading Bhashya. So अत्र कौमुदी यदि कंठस्था वृथा भाष्ये परिश्रमः, कौमुदी यदि अकंठस्था वृथा भाष्ये परिश्रमः. Okay, so we'll quickly go to the next one. We'll also get this Laghu Parichaya of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. So Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi पुनः अस्याः कर्ता भवति श्री वरदराजः इति। पुनः लघु सिद्धांत कौमुद्यां अत्र सिद्धांत कौमुद्यां सर्वाणि सूत्राणि तत्र भवन्ति, परन्तु लघु सिद्धांत कौमुद्यां केवलं 201 सूत्राणि एव तत्र भवन्ति इति ज्ञातव्यम्. So it doesn't contain all the sutrams, it just contains only 1200 sutrams and the corresponding vyakya what we need as a beginner. So it doesn't have entire vyakya of Siddhanta Kaumudi. Siddhanta Kaumudi has everything. It will have all the sutrams with enough details in a sara, in a crisp manner. It is all covered. But in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, what is needed for a beginner, only that part actually it is covered in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, and it doesn't have all the sutrams. Probably it is 1200 sutrams are there in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. But this covers most part of the Vyakaranam. If you are a beginner, just learn these 1200 sutrams. You'll be able to learn the grammar, all the basic concepts of grammar you'll be able to grasp with these 1200. But if you want to go with a deeper study, then you can go one level above and you can start reading the Kaumadi, Siddhanta Kaumadi you can read. And then if you still want to go further, you can take Kashika Grantha and other Vyakya Granthas you can start reading. If you still want to go, the ultimate is the Bhashyam. Okay, that's the overall krama here. And अत्र क्वचित् कौमुदी क्रमः परिवर्तितः. अत्र कौमुद्याः एव क्रमः भिन्नः. अष्टाध्यायी क्रमात् कौमुदी क्रमः एव भिन्नः भवति. तस्मात् पुनः लघुसिद्धान्त कौमुदी क्रमः भिन्नः भवति. So anyway, the sequence of sutrams are changed to benefit the students of the Vyakaranam, to make the Adhyanam easy. They change the sutra sequence, but the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, there are certain places you can see some sutrams are changed from Siddhanta Kaumudi. So nobody really remembers or mucks up in the same sequence as of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi or in the sequence of Siddhanta Kaumudi. The sequence is not very important, but what sutrams we are going to study in what prakaranams, they are important. But in the Ashtadhyayi Sutra Krama is very important overall. We will see that later how why it is important. अग्रे पुनः श्री वरदराजस्य अपि लघुपरिचयः. अयं तु साक्षात् श्री भट्टोजी दीक्षितस्य एव शिष्यः वर्तते. अयं वरदराजाचार्यः. He also belongs to the same century of श्री भट्टोजी दीक्षित. अत्र समकालिकः एव उच्यते. पुनः दुर्गातनयः इति पिता. पुनः अस्य कृतयः भवन्ति मध्यसिद्धान्तकौमुदी, लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी, Sarasiddhanta Kaumudi. So he just made 3 versions of Vyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi. One is Madhya Siddhanta Kaumudi, which covers Vyakya for 2300 sutrams, and Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, which covers Vyakya for 1200 sutrams, and Sarasiddhanta Kaumudi, it covers for 700 sutrams. So basically he made smaller versions of Siddhanta Kaumudi. If you want to start, if you just want to get the very basic introduction, you can just start with Sarasiddhanta Kaumudi, just as 700 sutrams. If you want to have some decent knowledge in the beginning, then you can go for Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi with 1200 sutrams. And Madhya Siddhanta Kaumudi has 2200 because it's little above than Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi and halfway to the Siddhanta Kaumudi. But nobody does the reading of Madhya Siddhanta and Sara Siddhanta. They directly start with Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi as a beginner. And once they complete the Adhyanam of Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, they go to the Siddhanta Kaumudi directly. Because they already know 1200 and the remaining sutrams they cover by reading the Siddhanta Kaumudi. And then they go for other Vyakya Granthas. So that's the krama here. And there is one more thing called Girvana Padamanjari is also written by Varadaraja, but I don't know much about that actually. So all we need to know is where our Grantha Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi comes, we should know it. We will start the direct Grantha Adhyanam from the next session. So till today, that is 5 sessions I have taken to give the brief introduction of the complete Vyakarana Shastra. But I have given only the glimpse of everything, but I have not covered everything, but a glimpse of them I have given. So at least we will be knowing if somebody calls out some name, some Grantha or some name if they call out, we should be able to map where that comes actually, right? That we should know. I think that we can identify from this parichaya of these 5 sessions. Atra prashnaah santi chet prashtum shaknuvanti. So any questions so far?
Vyakarana Shastra, I have a general question. Is it possible by reading Vyakarana Shastra, can we get into the habit of getting the meaning of hidden meaning of some lines, or reading between the lines in Shastra or something like that? Will it help in doing that?
No, hidden meanings of which Shastra? Vyakarana Shastra or some other Shastra?
Whichever, not Vyakarana Shastra, in general, whichever Samskrita text we are reading, Vaidya Shastram or reading between the lines.
Okay, so see, in general, you will be able to get the literal meaning of any text you read after you learn the Vyakarana Shastra. But if you want to know the paribhashika meanings, then you have to go and read the corresponding Vyakhya Granthas of that Shastra.
अनुवादं विना ग्रन्थं पठितुं शक्नुमः वा व्याकरणाभ्यासेन?
व्याकरणाभ्यासेन साक्षात् अर्थः ज्ञायते, परन्तु अन्वितः अर्थं ज्ञातुं तु तत्र पृथक् अनुवादग्रन्थः न, तत्र व्याख्याग्रन्थाः अध्येतव्याः भवन्ति. So if you want to know the literal meaning of Bhagavad Gita, you can do with Vyakarna Shastra Jnana, you can do literal reading of Bhagavad Gita. But if you want to know the deep Vedantic meaning, then you need to go and refer to that corresponding Vyakhya of Bhagavad Gita. We have options like Bhagavad Gita, you have Sanskrit commentary and English commentaries. Maybe you can, with the Vyakarna knowledge, you will be able to read Sanskrit commentaries of Bhagavad Gita.
Mahodaya, atra लघु सिद्धांत कौमुद्याः अपेक्षया मध्य सिद्धांत कौमुद्याम् अधिकानि सूत्राणि सन्ति. अत्र किमर्थम् अत्र मध्ये कस्य न सा प्रसिद्धा नास्ति वा, किमर्थं न अस्माभिः न अधीयते महोदय?
अत्र एका लघु कथा उच्यते. यदि मध्य सिद्धांत कौमुदी रचनां कृत्वा वरदराजाचार्यः श्री पत्तोचि दीक्षितं दर्शितवान्, तदानीं श्री बत्तोजि दीक्षितः एतां कृतिं दृष्ट्वा अनया कृतया सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः ह्रासः भवेत् इति चिन्तयित्वा तत्र मध्यसिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः प्रसिद्धता मा भवतु इति शशाप इति उच्यते. He actually cursed that Madhya Kaumudi should not come out because it may actually kill the Siddhanta Kaumudi. That's the story it's said actually, but I'm not sure how that is true. But generally the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi is a crisper one for any beginner. If you ask them to memorize half of the it's like a 2300 is half of the Ashtadhyayi, right? If somebody beginner who just wants to learn the basic grammar and enter into some Kavya Shastra, Nyaya Shastra, learning all half of the Ashtadhyayi doesn't really make sense for him. So all he needs is basic Vyakarna. So that is almost covered in 1200. That's why the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi comes in. And the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi is for everyone actually. It's not just for Vyakarna students. It's for any student. Whichever Shastra you are reading, but Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi you must read. So you will get all basic concepts. But Madhya Siddhanta Kaumudi is a Vyakarna specific Grantha. It is. Is that clear?
अस्तु महोदय, अस्तु महोदय, धन्यवादः.
I have a question regarding Ashtadhyayi Prakriya that we talked about and the Kram of the Sutra. So now, say for example, Bhavati. So it comes from the Bhu Dhatu. So when we start writing the Kram, then we have to start with first Bhuvada, Bhu Dhatu, then all the rest of the list of the Sutra is there in Ashtadhyayi that we have to use. But how can we make ourselves comfortable to understand which sutra we should find? Like how the Bhu Dhatu progress for the Lat Lakara. So this we went for a Vartaman Kal to Pratyaya Paraksha and all that. But when somebody who is so as new as I am with Ashtadhyayi, how would I, when I open the book, because all the sutras are from the different adhyaya and different places, and I have to bring them together. So how do I do that?
See, you don't need to bring up. So that's what this second paksha does. The Prakriya Krama, the books like a Kaumudi, Siddhanta Kaumudi or Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi, they collect all the relevant sutras together and put them in a sequence. So you just go over the same sequence and you will be able to understand the Bhu Prakriya, the Bhavati Prakriya. But if you are learning
have that kind of a book, Prakriya Krama, is there some kind of a textbook
that's
available or we have?
No, that's the book we are going to, that's our Mola Grantha, right? The Siddhanta Kaumudi is the Mola Grantha for that Krama. So the Siddhanta Kaumudi, you will have all the sutrams which are relevant to derive the Bhavati Shabda, like Tinganta Shabdas. All of them actually grouped together in the same sequence. If you learn them in a sequence, you will be able to derive that form. That's what the Siddhanta Kaumudi does. And the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi is a subset of it. Maybe you may not be able to learn all the sutras, but maybe important sutras you will learn in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi.
Are we going to learn Tigantam and Subantam pratyayas, the examples like 21 forms of both, like a respective of Subantam and 18 form of Tigantam forms. How
See,
at least a sample sutra.
Okay, Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi contains all of them. Okay, Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi contains Sandhi Sutrams, Tiganta Sutrams, Subanta Sutrams, Samasa Sutrams, everything it has. But in the current course, we have taken only the Sandhi Sutrams right now.
Could you please tell me the role of the Kashika? I'm not very clear about it. Where does it actually fit into the work of the Munitrayam?
No, it is not in the Munitrayam. So none of the Vritti Granthas or Prakriya Granthas, what we discussed, they are not part of Munitrayam. Munitrayam is only three: Panini, Katyayana, and Patanjali. And on top of it, all the Vyakhya Granthas are written. And Kashika comes in the category of this Prathama Paksha. The Pradhana book for Prathama Paksha, the Yathodesha Paksha, is the Kashika book.
Okay, so what actually under Kashika Krama, all these Ashtadhyayi and other things all come under that, is it?
No. See, for both the Pakshas, Ashtadhyaya, Munitraya, Trimuni Vyakaranam is the base for all both of the Pakshas. But in the first Paksha, we learn all the Sutrams in the same Ashtadhyayi Krama. And the example is Kashika book. In the Kashika book, if you see, starting from Vriddhi Radish, all the Sutrams are commented in the same sequence as in Ashtadhyayi Krama. But in the second, if you take Siddhanta Kaumadi, the sequence is different.
Kashika Grantha is there, is it?
Yeah, so Kashika is a separate Grantha, yes. But it's again a commentary over the Ashtadhyayi only. Okay, the Ashtadhyayi is some base for both the Pakshas.
Okay. So Kashika will be different from what Bhashyas are written.
No. It's
I
again.
don't understand where Kashika actually comes in, fits in. What does it cover? It covers more or less the same things like Bhashya, is it?
The Bhashyam, okay, the Trimuni Vyakaranam includes these three, and the Bhashyam is a very detailed commentary over the Sutrams, and I don't know, you have to read Bhashyam at least for one or two Sutrams you should read, so you will understand the depth of the concepts it is discussed. But it basically Bhashyam means it covers all the aspects of that particular Sutram and the concept. That's what Bhashyam does. But now, how do you learn these? You cannot directly open the Bhashyam book and you cannot read them. So you need some, again, sub-commentaries on top of it, right? So that's where the Kashika and Siddhanta Kaumadi, all of them come in picture. So what Kashika does is, it takes all the Sutrams from Ashtadhyayi one by one, and he gives the Kashika Kara, they give their own style of commentary on top of Sutrams in the same Krama of Ashtadhyayi. And of course, they must have read all these three actually. They cannot give something outside these three. And similarly, the Kaumadikara, he comes, actually learning all the Sutrams in the same Krama is, it takes long time because I need to unnecessarily learn all the Samasa, Tiganta Sutrams just to derive the Rama Shabda, so that's too much for me. So I'm going to just group all the relevant Sutrams together from the Ashtadhyayi, and I'm going to comment the Sutrams as relevant to that Prasanga. That's what the Kaumadikara does.
Okay. So actually each one is a separate aspect. There is no such thing as one Krama will give the complete Vyakarana. There is nothing like that.
No, both gives the same thing. No. If you do the first Paksha, second Paksha, then ultimately you are going to read in the complete Vyakarana only. There is no difference actually. So you are going to learn in the first Paksha also you are going to read all 4,000 Sutrams in the same order. In the second Paksha also you are going to read all 4,000 Sutrams but in a different order. That's the only difference here. So far I think we covered till the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi. So next class onwards we directly start with the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumadi Adhyanam. So I feel these 5 sessions are needed for anybody who wants to start with the Vyakarana Shastra. But you can let me know the feedback in the Telegram group or personally in the personal chat on the group. But I feel these 5 sessions are must. You should actually go over and understand overall the structure of the Vyakarana Parampara. Then now I think in the next class we'll start with the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi with Mangala Shloka will start in the next session. So अद्यतन संक्षेपः वयं वार्तिकानि कानि इति दृष्टवन्तः, तथैव वार्तिककारस्य अपि परिचयं प्राप्तवन्तः, पुनः भाष्यं कथं भवति, पुनः भाष्यस्य लक्षणं किम् अस्ति, पुनः भाष्यस्य तथा भाष्यकारस्य अपि परिचयं वयं प्राप्तवन्तः, पुनः त्रिमुनिव्याकरणम् इत्यस्य अपि विवरणं वयं ज्ञातवन्तः, पुनः तत्र अध्ययनक्रमः क्रमद्वयं तत्र भवति इति ज्ञातं, यतोद्देशपक्षः कार्यकालपक्षः इति। तत्र अस्माभिः तत्र कार्यकालपक्षः एव अस्माभिः आश्रीयते। अत्र अस्मिन् पक्षे मूलग्रन्थः भवति सिद्धान्तकौमुदी इति। सिद्धान्तकौमुदी आधारेण विलिखितः ग्रन्थः एव लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुदी भवति। वरदराजेन लिखितः अयं ग्रन्थः इति ज्ञातम् अस्माभिः। पुनः सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः तथा लघुसिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः अपि परिचयं वयं प्राप्तवन्तः। अस्तु, धन्यवादः। वयम् अग्रिमकक्षायां मिलिष्यामः।